And what that is a premise space is there's equipment. You know, we come in, we install the equipment, we connect up the lines from the phone company, whether it's digital lines or analog lines. So we started in '94 doing that, and in the late '90s, middle of 2000s, we were swamped. Then in the late 2000s, hosted phone systems started coming out. And at that point, they were real expensive. You know, they weren't much competition, there wasn't enough bandwidth. And as time went on, bandwidth, when I'm talking about bandwidth is, you know, like, remember at your home you had American Online. That's another technology. You don't hear American Online anymore. I'm sure they're out there, but very little. You know, you had that in your modem, you're connected. Now you've got DSL, or you've got Comcast, high-speed internet, or you've got, you know, so many different types of, there's fiber that's out there. So as time went on, hosted started, the price started coming down, the features started getting really awesome of the things you can do, and that's where we all of a sudden we said, you know what, we're gonna have to do something. We're gonna die if we don't do something soon. So I've been working with this company out of Stockton called Whiteley Telecom they've been around for 10 years. Now, one thing that you had mentioned about Henry Ford is, you know, about how that he would surround himself with intelligent people. The CEO of Whiteley was, he was the general manager of Pac West when he was 25 years old. He's like in his late 40s now, but he's super smart. I mean, they have over 80 something employees now. He started this company about 10 years ago, and he's built this company up, and he's constantly buying small companies like mine, all throughout California. He's got 2 in LA. He was working on two a year. He said, I'm going to do 2 acquisitions a year of people that have talent that can help me grow my business. And so that's what happened. And I've known him for many years. We would sell his circuits, but not his hosted. So to explain what hosted is, instead of having that box, we connect up to the internet. And here's a picture, like that's one of the phones that we use. And I've got some brochures if anyone's interested. But some of the neat features that they have, like say you've got a small office with 6, 7 people. Everybody can have their own private line, where you see a lot of businesses are that way. But also, someone leaves you a voicemail, it actually goes to your email, and it actually transcribes your voicemail so you can read your voicemail messages. I sold this to an accounting office a couple months ago, and I was in there when they were doing their training, and the owner, you know, when we were saying, okay, now you can read your instead of having to call into the office, press pound, your mailbox number, listening to your messages, she goes, I could be at the airport reading my voicemail messages. She goes, I love this. You know, because that's the way technology is moving. Cameras, I mean, can you see yourself, hey, I'm gonna go out and buy a digital camera now. We all have them on our phones. Our phones have gotten so awesome with you know, that technology. The same thing with these hosted phone systems. And the beauty of it is, matter of fact, Castle Air Museum, I just sold them a new one. They were paying like $400 something a month for their analog lines that they were getting through the phone company. I came in with a hosted phone system, gave them all new phones, way better features, intercom, they can have a button to transfer off-site, all of this for less than what they're paying a month for those analog lines. I'm probably averaging about 2 a week that I've been selling on these hosted systems, because it's just so much easier. The old way, it's like, okay, yeah, here's the price of our phone system, it's $8,000. Or would I rather say, here's the price of, you know, we'll take over your service, your phone bill goes away, and you're getting brand new phones for less than what you're paying a month for your service right now. So, like I said, for me, this has been a fun transition. It's fun getting into a technology now that, okay, we're not, you know, obsolete now. We've got something, and there's still a place for premise. If you can't get good internet, then a premise is still, and we still support them. We still sell them if it becomes something that the customer really needs. But that is something that it's you know, the fastest moving market out there is hosted phones. One of the manufacturers, Mitel, I don't know if you've ever heard of their phones. I was watching a podcast with I think it was this sales manager for them. He said that they're no longer in research and development for premise systems. We're all going cloud. Everything's going to be in the cloud, and that's when I saw that, it's like, we've got to start doing this. And we could have been like a third party to. There's so many companies out there like Ring Central, Jive. There's so many that we could have been a third party for, but we just the support isn't there. A lot of them, they outsource it to another country. So if you have trouble with your phones, you have to call someone, and you get our offices. Our main office is in Stockton. We've got offices in Reno, 2 in LA, 1 in Red Bluff, now 1 in Merced. We have Utility Telecom. We're in Merced now, so we have them all over the valley. I think they're looking to open up another one down in Anaheim. That another company that he's purchasing that'll be part of our footprint. But that's really the premise of cloud. There's other things we do too. We sell internet, we sell fiber, we sell T1s, if that becomes where they can't get anything else. But we sell we have so many more things that I can sell now that I couldn't before. Any questions?
Yes, is the internet that you sell, is it just for business or is it residential too?
Business, yeah. And we're Comcast dealers too, so we sell Comcast. We sell Comcast, we sell AT&T fiber, which the fiber itself we have it, it goes to our data center.
If someone wanted to go with like fiber, do they have to already have like some sort of hardware, like wiring kind of already in place? Is that like a construction kind of thing to have that put in place into a building, or? That's
a good question, because what'll happen is, if say this building, for instance, what I'll do is I'll send a request out to our our sales team, and they'll actually, I'll say, hey, we get fiber at this address, and they'll come back and they'll say tier 1, tier 2. Tier 1 means it's there. I can get it here, no cost whatsoever. Tier 2, pretty much the same thing. When it gets to tier 3, there may be some construction cost.
Oh, okay.
But the fiber is getting added, and the difference between fiber and say Comcast broadband is night and day difference.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Broadband, Comcast is a great company. Like I said, we're dealers for them. But when it's Comcast coaxial, you're sharing your speeds with maybe your neighbor or something.
Oh.
So they're over there streaming, they're watching movies and stuff, and it'll affect, especially it'll affect what you're doing. It does. Like, they put these nodes in throughout the neighborhoods, so you don't get a really good connection. Fiber is, say it's 100 megs, it's 100 megs up, 100 megs down. That pipe is yours. It's nobody else's.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, otherwise you're constantly changing that channel, trying to get away from your neighbors.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So on the hosted systems with the cloud, if someone was to, say, purchase that system and then 2 years later they decide to go with a different system, what happens to the data? Does it stay with the hosted system? Is it their data? How does that work?
You mean as far as the phone, the numbers and stuff?
Yeah.
You own your numbers.
Okay.
So normally there's a minimum 3-year contract that you sign. If you get out of it sooner, there is fees you have to pay, but you can take your number anywhere you want to.
Oh, okay.
You own the number whether you're in contract or not. Nobody can stop that. That's a PUC rule.
Nice.
And one thing else I have to say is, since I've been in this